Welcome to Not So Daft Minecraft. Earlier I did a video about finding Nether Fortresses, and it got a lot of views. But I noticed not a lot of those views lasted very long, and I may have made far too long a video for something that is really fundamentally quite simple. So here's how this video is going to work. I'm going to go over the fundamentals with you about finding the Nether Fortresses, which is not as complicated as it seems. And I'm going to do that right up front. So if you want your answer, here comes your answer. And then you can see how it plays out. Okay, let's get to it. We'll start by creating a new world and taking whatever comes our way. We shall be playing a little bit of this in creative mode for the purpose of simplification, but we're going to try and do as much of it in survival as possible so we can see how it really pans out. Let's get to it. Okay, here we are on your basic start page. You can see some of the worlds I'm working with. The one on top is the one we just left. Let's make a new one. Starting in creative so we can get our gear together. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, so let's find a spot to build a gate, and let's get the stuff together for going into the Nether. Alright, so we've taken note of the fact that the sun is rising in this arc, which makes this the east-west arc. That is the direction we shall be going. When we get to the other side, we'll have a quick talk about how the Nether Fortress layout structure works, and we'll get right to it. We are in survival mode. We've got some basic diamond gear that's easy enough to get at this stage. By the time you've acquired obsidian, you've of course acquired diamond enough to make some tools. But we're just wearing basic iron armor, which you should have no trouble acquiring. I've also brought some gravel with me because there will be places you'll want to drop down to, but the fall could kill you. So the gravel is good for making that work for you. So let's go. Yeah, unfortunately we're underground. That kind of sucks. Any travel in a roughly east or west line ought to eventually bring us to a Nether Fortress, but of course we're quite close to the bottom too. Okay, let's go over the generation of Nether Fortresses, okay? Nether Fortresses generate on a north-south line. However, it's not a perfect north-south line. It's constructed of broken segments of Nether Fortresses. Now, how far apart these generate, I'm not entirely certain. I do know that if you travel east or west long enough, you will eventually come across some segment of a Nether Fortress. Traveling north or south, however, you could travel forever and ever and fundamentally never find one. You don't want to generate too far down, as we have done, nor too far up in the Nether. The Nether is capped at the top and bottom by bedrock, just like the same kind of bedrock you find in the overworld. So we're going to go ahead and start traveling in our east-west orientation by creating a staircase to go up, and hopefully we will find the surface. So let's get going. So we're gonna have some blocks on our hotbar ready to go at a moment's notice here. Alright, so I chose gravel. No problem. If it's a lake, and it's a massive lake, there's not much we can do about it, but just keep working. Keep working slowly forward, cautiously. We listen for that silence. We're not getting much of it. Alright, that's a good sign there, because normally, okay, normally you don't get the magma until you get pretty close to the surface. The magma tends to form near the lava. Alright, we broke through to the surface by just tunneling generally forward, but there's the lake we were under. So this is still the east-west direction, and lordy, look at that. It didn't take long at all. It's not always going to be that lucky for you, but that's about it, folks. Take that east-west track and identify the orientation of the sun before you get started, and there you go. Now, I've done a bunch of these, and I think it was 4 or 5 times in a row I was within 100 to 200 blocks of a nether fortress one way or the other. And that's kind of going to be it. It doesn't mean that you won't sometimes travel for hundreds and hundreds of blocks, but the norm seems to be 1 in 5, 1 in 7. You have to put some distance work into. But for the most part, that's it. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching Not So Daft Minecraft. I have been Gosub. You have been great.